Hello. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold to encourage you to take some time out for your well-being. I guess things in the world are particularly difficult and very much thinking of many people in extremely challenging situations and upsetting for us all. And I guess any ways as well that we can look after ourselves amongst all of that and give and care for what we can, and also caring for ourselves will be a way we can try to support others more as well. So these films are all dedicated to my colleagues in a hospital, UCH, for staff and for patients, very much for patients too. But these films are for everybody, and it's been a real delight. Working remote in this way means I can engage with many people, and it's a real joy to do so. I hope most of all these films actually bring a little bit of kind of conversation, gentle time together. It's not just about teaching, but of giving yourself that time, and those, I hope, some gentle lessons of being kind and patient with ourselves. So this week I thought it would be really nice to bring along a couple of folds I've learnt from two good friends. I don't quite know the origins of these two, but they are both simple and beautiful, and I think are just needed at this time. We all need that care at this time, express our care for others, and these are both really nice ones. So they're both cards really, and they both stand up, so they can be decorations, they could be hung over things, they could be written on the back as well. So this one will sort of stand up from the point of the heart, there you go, and the other, it's like a little card which you could then write some messages in there too. So I'm going to show you how to do both of these. Two hearts, better than just one. So let's start with this one, which is the simplest. First of all, actually, I am going to quickly colour in one side of a piece of paper, because I think this design, both of these designs are really nice having two-sided paper. You might have some nice origami paper which has got different colours, and that's great, but if you don't, you absolutely can make your own. So that's what I always show you. So I'm going to really quickly just scribble on a little bit of colour, so that you've got a sense of the different colours, and also that you don't need to do really special colouring, and it will still look lovely. There's something rather lovely about a quick scribble. Well, maybe you could add patterns and just enjoy drawing as well, or maybe you could write words, thinking of the hearts of self-care, looking after ourselves, looking after our mental health. We really need to do that at the moment, and encourage others to look after their mental health as well. Time outside, looking at nature, things that connect you just to the here and now, the things we can do things about, helping others. There we go. That's great. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm just going to halve it, just so we're going to make two hearts. Doesn't matter what size paper you've got, but as always, I'm lining up those corners nice and exactly, good strong folds. Then you've got a little nick, you can then tear that off. Just showing you don't need scissors. And I'm going to make each of these into a square. So I'm going to take a corner, line it up down there, good strong fold. I'm going to remove the rectangle like so, and then tear that off. There we go. And then taking the other corner, lining up. There we go. And removing that rectangle. So I've got two squares, and we'll start with the simplest hearts. These are also lovely things you could make as a little card for someone, a friend, family. So here we have our square. I'm going to turn to the right side actually. So I'm going to, don't worry about that diagonal line, doesn't matter. I'm going to fold it in half. So I'm going to take this side and match up to the other. So I am folding it over, and just take your time, enjoy this, slowing yourself down. When you're slowing yourself down, it's really relaxing too. So there we go, we've got a halfway line. Next I'm going to take a corner and line it up along that middle line. So I'm taking this corner, I'm lining it up along that middle line, like so. And we'll do the same with the other corner. so they match up. It's looking a bit like a little house at the moment. There we go. Now I want you to turn it to the back, like so. And we're going to take this side and bring it to the middle line. Right, it's a really clever use of the different sides of the paper. This side, bring it to the middle. We're almost there. It really is that simple. There we go. Next we're going to halve it. So we're going to take the top and bring it down to the bottom, like so. And you can see we are almost there. Like so. Pressing it down. And you can see it's looking already like a card, and it looks a bit like a heart already. So there's only a couple of things you need to do with this. First one is take the corners and just fold that back, and it actually keeps the card in a nice position as well. It otherwise opens up too much. This side again, folding that back, and you can see even my really quick messy scribbles still worked there as well. And then just one more step, which is to take that inside bit and fold that inwards. Oh, I think I need to see what I'm doing now. So I'm going to take that and fold it in. So it looks at the angle that you're happy with, and same thing on the other side. There we go. And there you go. You've got a lovely heart, and it's brilliant in being able to also stand up. So it stands up. You could write then a message on the back maybe. And that's a lovely thing to send, and you can also tuck over something which you may be posting as well. So that's the first thing, that's one heart. Let's have a go at making the second heart. So the second heart, and it sort of has sides, so it sort of stands up in a different way. So I learnt this one from my very good friend Zulai. And she will have learnt it from somebody else who gave her time with origami as well. So we've got one side coloured, one side white. So let's turn to the white side. And we are first of all going to fold it in half. It doesn't matter where that diagonal line is, just ignore that. So I'm simply taking a piece of paper and I've folded it in half. Now our next step is to take the top and bring it to the middle. So you're revealing a little bit of colour there. So it was up here and I brought it down to that middle line like so. There we go. Now turn it to the back, and we're going to do a halfway line. So we're going to take this side and match it up with the other side. So I'm simply folding in half to get a halfway line and then opening it up. Lovely. Now we're going to take this corner and line it up to the middle. Feels a bit like the other one, but it's different too, isn't it? So I took that top corner and I brought it up to that midway line, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other top corner, bringing it there. Line up, easier on a solid surface. Take your time. Make sure you're happy with it. There we go. So again, actually we can just flip it over like that. So I've just flipped it over. And next we are going to take the top and we're going to fold it down. Now as you do this, you're beginning to reveal some interesting shapes going on here. So we're going to bring this piece down to match up with the point there, and at the same time you've got these funny little shapes. You can start to flatten that down. Can you see? I'm making that little sort of triangle shape in there and flattening that down. Let me do that more. I definitely need to see what I'm doing there. There we go. So that's what you're trying to do, flatten it so it looks like a triangle. And I'll do the same on the other side. It looks a bit like a bow tie as well, actually, at the moment, doesn't it? Great. So maybe turn it around and we can see what's happening on the other side. You can see our heart has very much appeared. So maybe let's make our hearts a bit more shapely. So this corner we could fold down a bit. You could maybe even the top might be sticking up a bit too much. So folding it to the point that you're happy, really. And with this thin paper, I can easily do that. Again, I'm going to bring in that corner. You might fold a tiny bit at the top if you wanted. Like so. It's not quite right. You can adjust. Lovely. And our only last step is to taking these sides, and you can fold that back to the middle. Actually, if you turn around, you'll see what we're doing. So we're taking this side and bringing it to the middle, like so. So I took that outside edge and I brought it to the middle line. Same with this one, outside to that middle line. There we go. Lovely. And if you turn it round, you have made a rather lovely heart that will stand up. And again, maybe if you're doing this larger, you could maybe write some messages at the back too. Again, this is a really nice thing to post. So I hope you've managed to make your 2 hearts, and you can experiment with maybe doing a bit more colours than I've done. Maybe writing in messages. Interested as to which one you found the most enjoyable, or which one you'd make for others. I hope that's been fun and just given you a nice little challenge, and also a lovely little gift you can give others as well. These are the ones that I did too. So, and I'm doing live folds on Wednesdays at 2 as well. So if you're free, do come and join me.